Hey YouTube, Grunt Reviews. We are back in the studio. As you can see, I am wearing a plate carrier, and today that is what we are going to talk about. Guys, this is my review on the Agilite K19 plate carrier. Guys, as always, go down below. Please hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, drop a comment with your thoughts, and if you like what we're doing here, share us with your friends. I've also got a buy me a coffee link in the description. If you want to help us out, we always appreciate it. And let's get into it. All right, so this is the latest evolution of plate carriers from Agilite. And basically the K19 is designed to be a universal one-size-fits-all plate carrier, both in the sense of fitting the individual as well as plates. And we're going to talk about a little bit of everything. So front and rear, of course, we do have our Velcro with the laser cut MOLLE up top, and then our standard MOLLE down below. I've set this up with just three G-code Scorpion or soft shell Scorpions just for the time being. It really doesn't have any attachments for a placard, but obviously the more universal ones you could add to it. The cummerbund, a little bit different than most of them. It is a quick release system. Pull down and out. It is very easy to use, but there is no Velcro on the front, so the guys that like to run your fanny packs or your drop downs, you don't have that Velcro. The plus side, at least for some people, is also that you don't have that Velcro. So donning and doffing or removing this thing in an emergency situation, very easy. Pull down, it releases, and you're done. So very well thought out, and there's a few people that are using this attachment system now, and a few different cummerbunds that are starting to pop up for something, if you want something a little bit different there. Does have a very, very nice pocket at the top. Does not have the admin pouch or the kangaroo pouch, but this top pocket is big enough to hold a full-size cell phone. Very large, very easy to access. Moving around to the sides, so the cummerbund itself has a MOLLE setup, and these side plate carriers are an additional add-on, if you will. I think the pair of them is 50 or 60 bucks, something in that range. And then the cummerbund is adjustable, and it does have a little bit of stretch to it as well. So if you like to run it tight, and obviously you enjoy breathing like most of us do, it gives you that little bit of extra room for expansion. And then of course is adjustable, and what's kind of nice is this is adjustable, I'm going to say on the fly. So if you had it a little bit bigger, maybe you had some jacket on or something, you take the jacket off, you're able to pull these and tighten them down. Only real, I guess, point of improvement here, they do give you these keepers, I guess Velcro attachments to store all your extra. It would be nice either in the cummerbund or even in the side plate if they had maybe a little pouch just to tuck those in so that you don't present a snag hazard. Of course, cummerbund does attach in the rear. It's got 2 extra slots, and these are removable, so you can replace the cummerbund. Oop. Going to the back side here, the drag handle does have some Velcro on it, so it does keep it nice and tight to the carrier itself. There we go. Good quality Velcro there. So doesn't have one of the extendable drag handles or anything, but plenty of grip, plenty of size, big hands, small hands, and does seem very stout and very well thought out. Moving around here, we have, you'll notice these 4 buckles. So this is for the Agilite. They have their AMAP system, Assault Modular Assault Pack or something, or Agilite Modular Assault Pack. So you can bolt an assault pack, or they also have a hydration system as well. Does come with some very nice attachments for that, and it is kind of nice to have that. You don't have to secure it, buckle it in, and go. I do wish, though, and I've got some carabiners on here, that there was a place to tuck these in. As you can see, they are just sewn on to the carrier, and if you're not using them, they just kind of dangle and do present a little bit of a snag hazard. So it would be nice if there was some place maybe we could tuck those in. Back, of course, we also have an identification panel with laser cut moly, and then we have a secondary piece on the rear of some Velcro as well. And this does give you, if you want to adjust the cummerbund, does give you a little bit or another set of tabs for adjustment as well. Going to the actual adjusting it for your body. So on the shoulder straps, of course, we do have a couple of quick releases. These are a pull to the side. They give you some extra strap storage, I guess is the best way to put it, or maybe some comms management there. And then both shoulder straps are adjusted with Velcro. And then the shoulder padding is also adjustable with Velcro as well. So once you get the suspension set up, you are able to adjust the padding as well. Same deal, would be nice if they gave you maybe a little pouch to tuck some of that down into, just so you don't have to worry about it catching on anything. Overall, and I'll flip this around here, the interior of this thing, very nice set of padding, and these are the plates I have in here currently are some RMA 1192. It is their level 4 multi-curve, but this does a fantastic job of keeping you cool and dry. So it does come all the way up through the shoulder pads, front and rear. I spent an entire day out at the range, about 85, 90 degree weather in this thing, because I wanted to see, one, if I'm going to start getting any pressure points. I actually got some weird looks, but I drove to the range in it, walked around the house in it. I spent a full day in this carrier. And, you know, you're always looking for pinch points. Is there something that, you know, an hour is not going to show you that 8, 10, 12, or 24 hours is? In terms of sweat management, the padding does a fantastic job. Didn't have that wonderful outline of sweat. Shoulders also stayed very dry. No rub points or anything like that. So they did a really, really good job with the padding. In terms of fitment, and this is actually one of the guys over on Reddit was asking about this. So this thing is designed to fit a wide variety of plates. So as you can see here, these are the 1192s, and this is a multi-curve. I believe these are 1 inch or 1.1 inches. The downside is if you go to a smaller plate, so these are a 10 by 12 shooter's cut. This is a Spartan 1012 plate. When we insert this into the rear, since this is just a little bit shorter plate, there we go, and we use our adjusting straps to start to bring this in, and I won't crank this all the way down. Now, you know what, maybe we will. And something else I will point out is the adjusting straps are actually hooked into the bottom securing panel, if you will, which does give you a little bit of extra security. The downside is they are a bit of a pain to get adjusted and locked in, especially on camera. So being a shorter plate, you'll see that the Velcro here actually starts to push past the Velcro on the bottom of the carrier. It is still serviceable, but what you end up getting into here is some carrier bunching. So these plates, even as big as they are, you end up tightened all the way down with a whole bunch of extra material all the way down to the sides, and you get that extra bit of Velcro on the bottom where it doesn't fully lock in. So it will hold with relative ease the smaller plates, whether those be the thinner steel or the smaller cuts. However, and I'm going to pull this thing back apart here. However, the downside is that you do get that little bit of bunched up look, that bunched up feel. So if you are going to use this, if you have a, I'm going to say 1 inch thickness or larger plate, does work pretty well. And I'm going to slide this out, put them RMAs back in it. And the other thing to look at too is width-wise on these. If you're running like a extra large or a really, really wide cut, it will be just a bit of a tight fit. And we'll roll this back. There we go. So, and you'll see with the full-size plates, we've pulled up all that, or those 1 inch thick plates, we've pulled up all that extra material. There's still just a little bit around the sides, so you could go to a little bit bigger plate or a little bit thicker and not have any issues. The side plate carriers, these are actually very, very well thought out. So we're actually able to, and yes, this is upside down, there's some extra material tucked in here that we can actually pull out. So if you did want to run a taller side plate, it does give you a lot of additional room. Or if you're running something like a trauma pad and need just a little bit more thickness to it. So these side plates are the RMA 1151 side plates. Do fit great, do work well. I didn't grab them, but I have some matching Spartan Armor steel side plates, and you do get definitely a lot of bunching and a lot of extra material on a real thin plate like that. My guess is that this thing was set up for level 4 and pretty much nothing else. Pop this bad boy back on here. So, comfort, sitting, standing, driving, shooting. They did a fantastic job laying this out. So, it may be a little bit hard to see, but the shoulder straps do not actually attach to the shoulders. They come all the way down to here and attach to the center of the plate. So it gives you a little bit better fulcrum, and they do hold better. You don't get as much shoulder strap walk around on them that you do with some carriers. The trade-off to any carrier when you start to add a little bit more padding is you start to get into your shoulder weld and your shoulder pocket. You know, that extra padding starts to move that stock out a little bit further. This one is no different. It does move it out of the shoulder pocket just a little bit, as you can see here. I'll put some range footage up. But it's really not that bad, and it's very manageable. So some of the Army carriers we were issued were really, really bad about hogging your shoulder. What's nice about the Agilite system is once you've got this on and cranked down, it stays exactly where you put it. So once you get used to a slightly different stock location, it's very repeatable over and over as you're bringing the weapon system up. Last thing we'll talk about here, and bear with me, my coffee has not kicked in quite yet. I do wish the shoulder straps here, or the shoulder adjusters, were up just a little bit higher. They don't rub or anything, but if they move these down or up, it would give you just a little bit more room in that shoulder pocket area to place your stock. But all in all, thing is very serviceable, very usable. The quick disconnect system, very, very easy to put on and take off. I've got that thing all sorts of bunched up here. Rephrase that, it's very easy to put on and take off if you don't have it all twisted up. So, and then last thing I will point out too is on this quick release system here, the plate carrier actually comes around and provides a nice little extra bit of padding there, just so you don't have that rubbing, grabbing, anything crazy like that. So all in all, well thought out. Couple little tweaks that could be done, but for the money, it's definitely a very, very solid setup. I've been very pleased with it. Agilite did a great job. Kind of like their K5 to their K19, they've made some tweaks. I think the K19 could be tweaked just a little bit more to, what would that be, like a K34 would be the next 14-digit jump there. But all in all, if you've got the money, definitely worth it. These are in the $250-ish range, and I actually got this from US Patriot Tactical. Shout out to them. I guess they're past their problems. It shipped next day. I got it real quick, so was very pleased with that. You can order it directly from Agilite. It does come out of Israel, and most times, and that's actually where I got the side plate carriers from, it takes 2.5 to 3 weeks most times, if not a full month. So something to be aware of. Guys, as always, I appreciate you watching. If you have any questions, you can reach out to us on Facebook, drop a comment down below, Instagram as well. We're here to answer any questions. And as always, stay safe, train hard.